Right now, the world has about 1.77 trillion barrels of oil left. At current usage, that's enough for about 47 years. But here's the strange part. In 1981, experts also said we had about 32 years of oil left. That means oil should have run out in 2013. It didn't. So, is the world actually running out of oil? Or is something else going on? Here's what most people don't know. The years left number you hear in the news, it's not a fixed countdown, it's a calculation. And that calculation has been wrong again and again for over 40 years. To understand why, we need to look at how this number is actually calculated and why it keeps changing. The number comes from a simple formula. Take the known oil reserves, divide it by how much the world uses every year. That gives you years left. Sounds simple, but here's the problem. This number assumes two things stay frozen forever: how much oil we know about and how much we use each year. Neither of those stays the same. In 1981, the world had about 700 billion barrels of proven reserves. Today, that number is over 1.7 trillion barrels, more than double, even though we've been pumping oil non-stop for over 40 years. How is that possible? Because companies keep finding new oil fields in places we couldn't reach before or didn't even know existed. Every time new oil is found, the years left number resets, almost like a video game level that never actually ends. So does that mean oil will last forever? Not exactly. At some point, the rate of finding new oil will fall behind the rate we're using it. When that happens, the equilibrium shifts, and the countdown becomes real. There's also a difference between oil that exists and oil we can actually get. Some oil sits in places too difficult or expensive to reach. And then there's the demand side. Since 1981, global oil consumption has increased by 46%. More cars, more factories, more flights. This is also why countries keep emergency oil stockpiles. The United States alone holds over 415 million barrels in underground reserves, enough to cover its imports for about 2 months in a crisis. So, how much oil is left in the world? The honest answer: nobody really knows the final number. The planet will likely never completely run out, but at some point, finding new oil will become too slow, too expensive, or too difficult to keep up with demand. The 47 years number isn't a deadline. It's a snapshot, one that's been wrong before and will probably be wrong again. If you found this interesting, subscribe to Geo Explainer. We break down the world, one question at a time.